Aw, look at the lone little BMW inside of the field of massive trucks. Hello everybody, good day to you. Today I bring to you a 2013 BMW. I believe this is a 328i. Customer states, inspect suspension after a rear end collision. Now, clearly you can see it's been straightened up. I don't know how hard the hit was, but they said that there was a rear end collision and then the car kind of departed from the roadway post collision. Like I said, it had been replaced, but it's here to have it checked out, and we want to put some eyeballs on the suspension components to see if there's any issues with it. He said it doesn't quite drive the same afterwards and suspects that it may need additional repairs. So let us restarting the engine. Oh, what do we have here? 8,000 miles on the odometer? Get out of town. That can't be right. MLS 8,000? I don't know. Oh, there we go. That's better. How about 46,606 miles on the odometer? There we are. So like I said, customer states they want to check it out. I don't think I need to drive it. We're going to do a visual inspection first. I prefer to not test drive vehicles that have questionable history until I visually look at it, because you really never know. And I think that over time you could eventually run across a vehicle that should not be on the roadway, and then you go out for a test drive and that's when something critical fails, and you could find yourself in a vehicle collision or worse. So I like to do visuals before test drives, unless it's something, you know, check for squeaky brakes or something like that. But anything of like major concern or post collision, we're gonna do a visual before we do any kind of driving on it, because like I said, the odds over time start to stack against you. You know, you drive, let's say you drive 5,000 cars and everybody's fine. Well, over time, one of those 5,000 cars might not be fine, and you might be the person behind the wheel when the not fineness decides to present itself. So numerically speaking, I think it's at an advantage to not drive vehicles until after visual inspections. I know that was really long-winded, but I felt like I wanted to say that, so there it is. Anyway, what we're gonna do here today, we're gonna get this thing racked up, we're gonna raise it up, we're gonna put our eyeballs on some suspension components and see if the body repair shop that did the collision recovery work or collision repair work on this particular BMW missed anything, or if they did anything wrong. We're just gonna double check that right about now. So let's get our lift arms in the correct position. Now, something interesting to note about these BMWs, you can't just lift them anywhere. They don't have a frame, but they do have these little pucks right here. See those little rubber guys or whatever, plastic? Those are supposed to be your lifting points. So we want to get right underneath it like so and get good contact with the bottom, because the worst thing you can do on something like this is set the rack in properly and then something moves or slips and then the car comes down on these panels right here. Like, see that right there? That's a panel damager all day if you do not set these up right. So let me turn this some, get some up onto it. It's threaded so this thing can extend if I wish, and it's now making full contact with the bottom of that puck, and we still have some clearance here, so that's good. Yeah, we don't want to smash in the rocker panels on these nice BMWs. Not a good idea. So numeral 3 here. This is going to go a lot faster because now we know what we're doing, except for I think oh, that one's worn away from running into stuff. See that? Go over a couple low curbs and wear that guy down. We'll put that right in there. Okay, that's 3 down, 1 to go. Now clearly the concern is out back, but since we're doing a suspension inspection, we're going to inspect all the suspension. Ah, look at here. We have a slight problem. Watch that. See, we can't get full contact here, and I can't bring this arm in any farther. So we're gonna do the block of wood method. Screw that thing all the way down, find a block of wood. Where are you, wood? There's some. Dave, I'm stealing your wood, buddy. It's mine now. see if this is gonna work. Not a chance, that's not gonna work. I wonder if I can let this down a little bit farther. Bear with me, folks. Oh, the astute amongst you, or the observant rather, were wondering why this thing has a diaper on it. And that's because it leaks. There's a split in the tank right here, and it gets some slight drippage out of the bottom of that tank, and we're having a really hard time finding a replacement tank for this unit. You can buy the whole assembly, but we just need the little tank thing, but it's hard to find, so we just kind of put diapers on it, and that's that. Anyway, let's try to get this thing racked up. So, since Dave's wood is too thick, I'm not gonna use that one. We're gonna use my wood, which is much smaller. Got another piece here. That one doesn't fit either. Hey Justin, yeah. Will you can I get your help real quick? Come over here. Put your back to this corner right here and pick up on the fender well. Yes sir, just like so. Just a wee little bit. Stick the wood in there. Set her down please. Perfect. We have contact. That's safe, secure, and under control. Okay, let's run her on up. That subscribe button. That's for all the new people here. I heard no snap, crackle, and pop. That is good. Yeah, when you lift your car up and it starts going bing, bang, twang, pop, that's bad. You don't want to do that, because that means you're smashing pieces of plastic. And when cars are made out of plastic and then you smash it, you're going to smash the car. And that also would be bad. All the way back up. Oh, by the way, folks keep asking me about what's the deal with this lift that broke the other day. And I have a cable ordered for this lift. There's a cable on the way. What I plan on doing is having it fixed. That way it's operable again. And we're in the middle of shopping for a replacement. I would like to remove this rack right here and install a 4-post with the drive-on ramp. So there's 2 ramps on either side, so you just drive up onto it. And that's gonna allow me to work on heavier trucks, bigger machinery, like 10,000 pound Silverados. And it'll also allow me the future capability of installing a digital computerized wheel alignment machine so I can do geometric suspension alignment. And I really like doing wheel alignments. The problem is the rack's about $20,000, and then the alignment machines are also like $20,000, and I don't want to buy a $40,000 piece of equipment. Maybe I'll wait until December and see if the accountants give me the go-ahead, but that's kind of the plan overall. At the end of the day, that lift's got to go. It's already failed on me once, and I need to expand a little bit, so that's sort of my plan. Anyway, that's enough jaw-jacking. Let's get back to the topic at hand here. We are doing a post-collision inspection. So when we do such things, what we're looking for is irreparable damage to body panels and structure and crumple zones. Do you see how we have this bumper support here? This bumper is just made of plastic. We've got this metal support running along the length of the rear end, and it's going to tie into what would be the frame rails right here. Well, that is equipped with crumple zones here and here. See that? Those are designed to crumple like an accordion and absorb impact before those forces make their way into the chassis of the car. So doing a post-collision inspection, we want to inspect those crumple zones and make sure all that stuff's looking good. We're going to check for splitting on the body panels, like where they glue them together, here and here. Any wire damage that may be present, which I do not see any. You'll often find exhaust system damage in a rear end collision. This does not seem to have that. For example, if we took a hit here and they let this piece stay, or if it took a hit here, you might find like the pipe is bent here and it's being pushed into this, which I'm assuming that's normal. That looks like a normal kind of crimpy bend type of deal. I don't know why it's not on this side, but that looks normal. I can't for the life of me see how somebody could like create that. It's very uniform on both sides. Anyway, I digress. So we're moving on to suspension damage, and again, we're looking for things that are bent. You know, this ear is bent the wrong way, or you got a kink in it here, or a bend here. We're looking for all that kind of stuff, which I do not see much of anything. I see a leaking rear shock absorber. See that? Right here. There's like a little trail of oil that's come down. And over here, that's a big trail of oil that's coming down. Look at that. This one's blown out entirely. Look at that unit right there. That's nasty. Leaking all the way down, dripping off of the lower control arm. See, that one looks straight. Another thing we have to do is check here is check the bushings. We want to make sure all the bushings have not torn or become smashed or damaged during said collision, which my visual indicates these all look pretty decent. I don't see any cracks anywhere. You'll find cracks like here, or you'll find where the bushing is pushed all the way over and it's against the like the stop washer or something like that. And I do not see that to be the case on this side. This side's looking good, looking good, looking good. What is this? We have a piece of rubber or something, foam. It's like a bump stop. Yeah, a piece of bumps. Oh, you know what that is? I bet that's the isolator for the leaf spring down here. Can you guys see in there? Yeah, it might be a leaf spring isolator. Not a huge deal, I don't think. Yeah, let's see if I can't feel it on this side. Yeah, I do feel some rubber in there. So yeah, the isolator's starting to come apart on this side. Not a huge problem. That shock absorber back here, that's a huge problem though. That's got to go. Let's move on up to the front here. See what else we have. I'm kind of eyeballing the level of everything, making sure nothing's bent. Here's some damage. Look at there. Bumper is kind of smashed in a little bit. Yeah, that's folded up. This goes up here. Yeah, that's nasty. And bumper damage comes all the way up front to the little fog light assembly here. See that? That's all smashed in and popped out. This side's good. Maybe I can try to fix that too. I guess they didn't feel like fixing this side of the car. So anyways, let's check the front struts on this guy. Looking for leaks. I see nothing. That's good. Let's do a bushing check. That one looks good. Ball joint boots look good. There we go. Look at that. See the oil leaking out of that bushing? That's a liquid filled bushing right there. And this one, oh, I see some cracks in it right there. See right at the top? Get some better light in there. Way, way, way up. Yeah, that's a damaged bushing on that one. Let's check this other side. This one, yeah, not so much. Those should be replaced in pairs though, I believe. Okay, so kind of what I see here, here's my wood. I see we need to do some shock absorbers in the rear and maybe a control arm up front. Let's check the wheels and tires to make sure these are not bent. So the easiest way to do that is to stand in one fixed position, and then we're gonna rotate this tire kind of looking past our reference mark there, and we're looking for an egg shape or like a bubble or something being out around, a dent, which this one looks good. Let's check this other side here. Okay, that wheel looks good. No wheel bending. This one looks good. Okay, and last one just for fun. Also looking good. So we need to do one control arm. I'm gonna recommend both. I like to do that kind of stuff in pairs. And then one shock absorber. Actually two, because this one counts as a leak, so I'm going to require two. And again, we want to do those in pairs That way the suspension rebound is balanced on both sides. What you don't want is one shock absorber outperforming the other one, because it'll lead to instability in the vehicle during maneuvering. And if you happen to have your BMW on the Autobahn, you need the premium maneuvering capabilities for optimum safety, yeah. Okay, enough screwing around. Let me go and get this thing kind of written up. I'm gonna try to source some parts for it, and I'll let the customer know what I think we need to be doing with it, and then we will go from there. Be right back, don't go anywhere. Check it out. We got the go-ahead, guys. We are going to get started. So what we're gonna do is, obviously we're gonna do the rear shock absorbers. Those are a day away. They're in a warehouse. I could have got some cheapo ones, but we chose to get the premium level units that are fitting for a vehicle of said caliber. I didn't get the cheap whatever ones that they say fit that are made out of Chinesium. I think I bought some Bilsteins. And we also have those two front lower control arms coming. They want to do both of them. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, because those are local down in Sarasota. I hope I can get them. Sarasota might be still flooded from the non-hurricane that we got, but the ordering system said I can have them today, and they're local, so those are on the way. So what we're gonna do is start on these front lower control arms, and these wheels are bolted on, not stud and lug like normal. So that last one likes to fall off, or likes to let the wheel fall off. Except for this one. This one's, oh, it just made an assumer out of me. Look at that, that one's on there. So now what do? We have a BMW wheel stuck to the vehicle, right? Can't get the thing to come off. So we're gonna bash it with a hammer. That should do it. But not just any old hammer. We need the big one. That guy. It's a dead blow, rubber. And what we're gonna do is just give it a couple love taps here. There we go. Do not do that without installing one of the lug studs. If you do, you will hit it with a hammer and it'll fly off, and then the face of the wheel is gonna hit the ground, and it's gonna scratch up the face of the wheel, and then you're gonna be in trouble because you just damaged a wheel. Then you gotta call the wheel doctor out, and they're gonna charge you a bunch of money to fix it, so don't do that. Okay, okay, that's one side. Let's move on over to the other side. Get that guy taken apart real quick like here. That's 4, 3, 4, gravity. Stay. Everything is a hammer. Whoa! Even my face almost turned into a wheel hammer. Okay, so now we have these guys out of the way. It's gonna give us some access in here to start working on these control arms. So we got the ball joint bolt here, one on either side, and then a big old fastener which is under all the paneling or whatever. So let's run this vehicle up all the way one more time. Moving back up. We're gonna go all the way up with it. Most of what we need to do is gonna take place from the bottom side down here. So let's hit the locks real quick, coming down. There we go, nice and safe. So what we're looking for looks like a 21 or 22 times 2. That's for those front control arms. Let's find some sockets. How about, we'll try the 22, I think, first. Like a 21, close, but no cigar. And the 21's not present at the moment. It's on vacation. Let's see, got a 19. All the tools are everywhere. We did so much in here last week. There we go. There's a 21. Good. Oh, there she is. Losing my mind and my stuff. You can't use a non-impact extension. You can blow up the gun. Okay, so the stud is now turning. I have to put some pressure on that with a pry bar to get it to friction up and come loose. Try this one here. Yeah, same thing. The stud is turning now that some of the pressure has been released there. Okay, need pry bar. Actually, real quick, before we go all crazy with pry bar, let's just try to put like a side load on this with the angry pliers right here. So what I'll do, we're gonna give it a push and it's gonna twist that control arm, and that might generate some friction on the shaft here so I can get this nut off. Watch this. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. Okay, brute force is not gonna be the tactic that's gonna work here, so we need to probably use our brains and not brawn, okay? So let's try something different. If we take a closer look at that stud, you can see that's got an E-Torx on the end of it that will fit a T40. See that right there, a little Torx bit? So what I'll do, put a wrench on it, we're gonna tighten up the stud relative to that nut using the Torx bit. Loud noises. Aha. Don't fight it, finesse it. Look at that, we got her. So that's one. Let's go on over here to the other side. And we'll see what we can do about getting this guy to come loose. Same procedure. Loosey-goosey. Got it. There's the nut. Okay, so now we need to get to the bolt that holds this guy in, right? But we can't do that because there's a bunch of plastic in the way. So we're gonna come in here. Oh, hit you guys with a gun. Sorry. Forgive me. I'm trying to get situated. Let's get all these fasteners out. I should probably just go ahead and take this whole panel down because I would like to fix up that front bumper business up there. And I won't be able to do such things with the panel in the way. We're gonna pull this whole deal out of here. I could replace those, or get to those bolts for the control arms without pulling the panel off. Just yank the thing back and go in there with like a ratchet, because there's the nut, or the bolt right there. But I wanna be able to, like I said, straighten out that bumper if I can. So I'm just going to pull this off all the way. Entirely removed. Let me show you guys how many pieces of plastic are going to be in here. Or plastic. I don't even know what I'm talking about. How many fasteners. Just for one little plastic panel. I think I've got them all. Mostly. There's some side ones. Oh, here's a couple. There's one right here. There is multiple. Seriously, I think there's like 20 something fasteners for this deal. Oh, there's some more off to the left. That was bright. There's a couple up here. There was one. There's one. There's one. And it looks like there's some in the back too. There's one. That's a 10 mil. Switch in out my socket. This one, it's just like a plastic nut. That one there. Okay, some parts fell out, and looking left, I missed one nut all the way back over in the corner. Whoa! Here, you guys hold this up for a second. Oh, don't fall. Don't break it. One more. There we go. That was fun. Hey, look at all this here. Those are all of the fasteners to hold that piece of plastic on the bottom of this car. That's a lot. Anyway, now we got a kind of a better view on our carnage down here at the bumper. Let's see, that's pretty tore up, nasty. Maybe I can straighten it up with a heat gun or something like that. I could try. This is broken. That's broken pretty bad. But we've got access to our bolt right here. I mean, I had it earlier, but this is better access. So what do we need? An 18 and probably an electron ratchet. That should get the thing out. So let's go fetch a socket. We're gonna use the low pro stuff. Hey, that didn't go there. That's a gear wrench. That one goes there. That's the snap-on one. That's the ultra low profile set. I think that's, yeah, that fits. Okay. And I need my green long handled electronic ratchet. Okay. Tactical reload. On click. Neutral drop since it slipped. Watch this. Okay, that's the bolt. Now, this control arm should just come right on out. I said should. And it doesn't want to. Okay, pry bar. Back to the toolbox again. We'll use the medium pry bar. We don't need a lot of leverage, just a little leverage. What I think I'll do, get behind it here, just pry it down. There. Lift it up and out. Yepper. Failed bushing. Let's go fetch the other one. This one's probably not bad, but like I said, on a high performance vehicle, we're gonna do things in pairs. Oh, you guys are all the same. Upselling parts they don't need. Well, yeah. How do you think, I think we pay for stuff? Pry bar again. Come on out of there. This one's stuck. There she goes. Then again, we'll lift it up and out. This one here is driver's side. What a goofy control arm. Look at this thing. It's like a pretzel that's been put through the slinky treatment. Do not hook tow hooks to this. Yeah, tow truck guys, they'll do that. Made in Germany, yeah, German. Highly engineered. Can't you tell it's German? Look at it. About $700. This one, going back to that mount. Yep, there's the tear. There's one there. Some tear action down there. Let's see if we can see it from the other side. Here's the liquid. There's some more tear right down there, right there in the corner. Okay. Yeah, look, it's leaking. My control arms are leaking. What is this? Okay, well, I'm waiting for my new ones to show up, so when they get here, we'll unbox them and get back at it. Alrighty, so while we wait for those parts to show up, I'm turned around and we're looking at this deformed front bumper cover right here, and I'm going to try to straighten that out. So what I'll do, we're going to get the thing a little warm with a heat gun and try to make it sort of pliable again so we can straighten out this little bend here. And I realize I could potentially damage the plastic with the heat gun, but at the same time it's already damaged. So my options are to try to straighten it out, or I can just cut it out and not have the thing sticking out. So I'm just gonna give it a shot and see what happens. It's either gonna work or it's not, right? Get it from the back side. Would you look at that? I'm gonna hold it like this while it cools to see if it'll kind of retain some of that original shape again. That's pretty close, I think. I didn't really expect that to work the way it did. Yeah, look at it. It's straight-ish. That's supposed to be there like that. That one's supposed to be there. So it's still kind of flared down a little bit here, but I think that's about as good as it's gonna get. And once I figure out some way to secure it with some fasteners again, that should be okay. So yeah, that worked. That was a major improvement. Hooray. I have the parts. Check it out. There are some control arms. Delivery was made. Let's get them unboxed. Check them out here. Got them from World Pack. They are lemon forters. I don't know if I said that. Lemforder. I don't know how to accent that one. I'm really sorry. Someone tell me how to pronounce it in the comments. I don't know if you can make pronunciation in the comments, but I know somebody out there can do it. Lemforder. Yeah, I'm not illiterate, I swear. I just don't know how to accent the umlauts on this particular word here. But anyway, let's get these guys unboxed and match them up, make sure they're the right ones. Wow, this thing weighs like nothing. It's very, very lightweight. Okay, so let's see. 36495R. I would assume that's for right. And this one, made in Germany, 36494L. So that's going to be made for the left. These have the same part numbers? No, different part numbers, but they are an identical-ish replacement unit. They even have the same stickers on them. Oh, it's upside down. They failed. Return it. The sticker is upside down. Can't have that. No, kidding. Okay, so that guy's good. Let's check. Little ball joint, that's good. Little cones on there. Yep, these are the units that we are looking for. So right side, which is passenger side, we're just gonna go and stick that back in that hole right there. Good. And while we're at it, let's just hang the other one. We go up and over, down in the hole. There we go. And I'll throw the nuts on it. There's my nut. Just toss that on there. We'll tighten those later. Very good. Slide that guy back through, and the nut stayed captured. Let me show you. The nut stayed right there. See that? So all I had to do is just get the bolt through. Well, that was easier than what I thought. Okay, I'm gonna hammer this one in too. Yeah, that one's good. Get the bolt through the hole. Need more pry action. Got it. Okay, let's make it tight. There. Now it became tight. Clickage. Okay, that side's tight like a tartar. Let's get this other unit right here. Next. You get that thing sealed up? No more leaking? Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Those guys are good. Back to the 21 and the Torx. This time we're going to loosen the stud. Contact, and then finalizing it, we'll tighten the nut. Beautiful. Repeat procedure on the passenger side. Same thing, loosen the stud, because loosening the stud effectively is tightening the nut. Go slow. See how that boot has to relax? You hit it too fast, it might tear the boot. That would be bad. Okay. Click. Secure control arms are replaced. That's good to go. Beautiful. Nice and shiny. And don't hook your tow hooks here. Okay, so I still do not have my rear shock absorbers, so I don't want to start on that yet in case I have to move the car out. The reason I don't have them, I just called and found out that they received the box, and when they opened the box at the parts store from their warehouse, the box was empty. So there was an empty box that contained 2 boxes, 4 shock absorbers inside of the box, and both of those shock absorber boxes were empty. They didn't even put rocks in them. They just emptied them out. So I don't have rear shocks yet. They're trying to figure out where they are and how to find more. In the meantime, I'm gonna make an attempt to fix this cracked piece of plastic here with a drill using the zip tie stitching method. So we're gonna drill some holes in this. You're gonna need a better drill bit than this. This thing's so smoked it won't even drill through plastic. Man, bit change, we're gonna use a step bit. This should work. It's like 9 drill bits all in one. There's a hole. And we'll do another one right here. We're gonna stitch all this together with zip ties. And then if that works, what I can do, I'll use a different step bit, I don't like this one. But if that works, what we'll do is we'll go in here with a soldering iron and try to like plastic melt, weld these cracks back together after they're zip tied. So at this point in this repair, I'm gonna consider, kicked you guys, I'm gonna consider this like an encore presentation. The repair video has come to a conclusion for now. I think we got the control arms done. We got the walkthrough inspection done. So this is going to be considered a bonus feature here. That's what we're going to call it. What I'm doing, making a bunch of holes in here. I'm going to offset them slightly so I can kind of crisscross the zip ties, and we're gonna patch this business back together. One more over here at the root of the crack. Put one here in the middle. Okay, that's looking good. The inside, there's a big seal running along the bottom of the radiator shroud, so I don't know how effectively I can fix this part. It's like weather strip. It's not really like a seal. I've got my hand around there too, so I won't be drilling any holes in the radiator. I promise you this. That would be bad. Okay. Put one there. Okay. That should be sufficient to make the repair with. So what we'll do, we'll come in here with some tie straps, some zip ties. And we're just going to make a connection using said zip ties. In there. Fold it around, stick it through the hole. I may have drilled more holes than I really need. This could wind up being the best repair job ever on broken plastic. Probably not. There's guys that do this kind of stuff way better than I do. This is not really my forte. There you go. So now we'll put one in, go through here, and then back down through this hole right here. That's good. It's looking kind of fugly right now, but don't worry, we're gonna make it nice. And I will crisscross these last couple holes here. I know I said we were going to crisscross all of them, but it's not working out that way. Well, that didn't work. I killed it with my remarkable amount of Terminator force. Too much strength. Metal chassis. There we go, look at that. So now, let's trim off all of our dangly bits here. And that looks like a pretty decent kind of repair. Okay, got a couple of flush cuts here, some pliers. Snip these guys off. Make that one tighter. And give it a twist. There she is, one repaired unit. Let's try to melt that crack together a little bit better with the soldering iron. I think we can call it good. Oh, hang on, one more hole here. I'm gonna get that one too. That's a big nasty crack. along that area. Go through there, please. Thank you. Cut you off. Let's do that one flush as well. There we go. Okay, that's fixed. Let me go fire up the soldering iron real quick, and we're gonna kind of burn in between some of these holes to fuse that together a little bit. Okie doke. So the iron is heating up. While that's doing that, let's repair this broken mount business right here. So we're probably going to just drill a hole in it here, run a big zip tie over this frame, and then that will secure this to that piece of the aluminum frame. That way it doesn't flop around while you're driving and make a bunch of noises, because we don't want noisy flip-floppy BMWs. Put a hole in it right here. And then the big zip tie in, up and over. Draw it in nice and tight. Then we'll come around and cut it off. Secured. Brilliant. So now let's get after this thing with some heat. I don't know if this is going to work. This might work, it might not work. I'm just going to melt it and see what happens. I need to be able to touch that and put pressure on it. It liquefies. Again, this might not be effective at all in the long run. It's melting. I wish I had filler. I could actually try to weld this, but it's melting in. I'll take that. I don't know if it's gonna hold up, but at least I tried, right? Whoa, I hit myself with the camera. Oh, I killed a zip tie. I'm gonna roll this plastic into that gap. There we go. See that? I think that's working. Let's try this big crack over here up in the front. See that one? The little guy right there. Let's try to seal this one up a little. That one's kind of got a gap to it, so I don't know if this is going to work. Ooh, hot. No way, hot. You say you're over here poking melted plastic, Ray. That one's not going to weld up very well because the gap is not, I don't want to describe it. It's not flush, it's like offset. That'll do it. I'm good with that. Okay, that will conclude the encore presentation of the plastic zip tie welding skid panel procedure right there. Control arms are done. That's done. I do not think I'm getting those shock absorbers today, so I have nothing more to offer you at this current point in time. We do need to put that skid panel right there back on, bolt the wheels on. You guys have seen enough of that over the years, so I'm not going to show that particular part right now. Having said all that, I'm going to go ahead and use this opportunity to close this video out right now. I will do such things as always by thanking each and every one of you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you think about this repair, those control arms, and the body shop's lack of diligence on those shock absorbers back there. Register all that in the comment section down below. Do not forget to engage that like and subscribe button while you're down there. And most importantly, have yourselves a fantastic day. See you guys later. End of day, end of video, end of BMW, end of post-collision repair, and of transmission.